If you're enjoying the way that I'm speaking about poker, teaching poker, I do have a website, charliecarrel.com. Link is in the description below. You'll find on there a mindset masterclass, which I think is the most important, teaching you how to deal with tilt, anxieties, ambition, things like that. You'll find a poker masterclass completely teaching you how to restructure the way that you think about poker. And you'll find a complete archive of the bankroll challenge.
What is going on? I am going to jump in and play a little bit of cash games.
Yeah.
And we're going to take bets. There's currently 28 players in the pool. How many do you think will be in the pool by the time we are done? I
don't understand that at all.
Jump into the 25, not 25, relax, bring it back. The $255, the Zoom 500, regarded as one of the toughest games on the internet. I don't think I'm going to be winning.
I don't understand. He's saying he's a fish. If he jumps into Zoom 500, then other people are going to jump him because he's bad? Oh man, that's not going to happen. All right, guys, 1 to fold, 2 to call, 3 to 3-bet. Get your answers out in the chat. Fold, 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 fold. Sometimes 3-bet. Fold, 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 fold. Sometimes 3-bet. Flat with rec in big blind. Yeah, I think this is a recreational player, so I'll probably call it. If it's a professional, I'm folding.
But I haven't got around to it. I'm only playing one table. I can't play more than 2. You're probably not meant to call out a small blind.
It's fine.
But I am a recreational cash game player. I am not here to make money. I am here to try and flop set.
You know that I do all like the positive affirmations and shit? I am lucky, I am skillful, and I will win. He's watched that and been like, I hate that idea so much, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. Let's just repeat this mantra to ourselves.
Cash game player. I am not here to make money. I am here to try and flop sets. But we have not flopped a set.
I am not here to try and make money. I am not here to try and make money.
So we're going to just give up.
The law of unattraction.
I think you're meant to just play 3-bet or fold most.
I think you got to consider betting the turn here. I think I'd overbet turn. You fold out a ton of stuff that has a ton of equity. Like he has a bunch of just like fucking ace jacks and stuff. Ace deuce of spades. Hands like that. And obviously a queen or a 9 sucks. And then also if you overbet, you get to fold him out his 6s, his 8s, his 10s, and maybe even his jacks if you go big. His jacks are probably cool, but he's blocking a bunch of our bluffs, so he might not. And then if he does call, river brick, check, check. Hope he has ace jack of clubs.
Mostly I did a small blind, but like, I want to try flop set.
Alright, against that size, I think we're just folding. That size makes it look like...
I think you're meant to just play 3-bet or fold
he's just got fucking like pocket 8s and he's put us on pocket 6s.
Small blind, but like,
and he's just trying to milk us. There's no way he's bluffing.
They have 10s jacks. No, they have 9 suited. All right, there we go. I've given away that I'm on the recreational side. I've given a little bit too much. Let's see where we're at in terms of people. All right. I think we started at 31, so we're doing fine. This player's limping. I'm pretty sure they're a regular of the game.
Guys, 1 in the chat if you think he's a recreational player. 2 in the chat if you think Crab is a professional. 1 for recreational, 2 for professional. Yeah, I think you might be right, guys. He's limped the cutoff, my friend. I've never seen him before. And he's got a picture of a shark as his profile picture. I don't know what else you're wanting. I don't know if you want him to like send you a link of his Hendon mob and be like, just we and recreational. You got to raise this up.
I'm gonna check raise.
Nice.
And then they're just gonna fold. Because
that is some really negative thinking. Even if you don't believe in manifestation and law of attraction, I feel like life's going to be so much sadder if... And much love to EASYWITHACES. He seems like a great dude. But I feel like life's going to be so sad if you're just saying all the bad things are going to happen.
Recreational player check raises.
Nice. I like the check raise on the flop. Yeah, you got to be betting this. Get him to call all his fucking like pocket 7s. Shit like that. 6-7, A6.
Should I put more chips in here? Maybe. I'm gonna go for a check raise because I'm a recreational cash game player.
Nah, you can't check raise here. It's a spot where it looks like, oh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, because you know he might end up betting his King X. But think about what King X he actually has in his range here. Maybe Ace King probably doesn't limp it pre. But then he's just got so much fucking like pocket 4s, pocket 7s, 8-7, and the recreational player's just going to be checking it. That's why you got to bet the turn. That's why you got to bet the river.
No. They called it ace high backdoor clubs. We get a reasonable hand in the small blind versus a button.
If you want to become a winner, take my masterclass, my friends.
Something that we should be doing.
CharlieCarrel.com.
But we're going to do it this time.
Yeah, 3-bet what looks like recreational. I'm not sure.
Is it true? You have 4-bet. I'll wave the white flag. I'll move on with my day. Bloody Mary, it is all yours. I do not have the hand to fight back. I'm going to go for a 10%. Is that the...
GTO players have been doing this a lot recently, and I actually really like it in some spots. It actually is something that I'd never considered before. I was usually betting small, like 20%, but to go 10%, it really changes the dynamic of the position and of the spot. And it's something that I never thought about, and Piero Silva obviously did. So shout out to the GTO players for bringing some stuff. It depends on what kind of hand you have. I think with this kind of hands, against a reg, it makes sense to do it because you want to be somewhat balanced because these spots do come up reasonably often. But against a recreational player, I'm just going a bit bigger.
The right thing to do? Who knows? We're all learning.
Why? I mean, there's going to be a lot of reasons why. First of all, there's a lot of hands that just get put in an absolute shit spot, even for 10% pot. So imagine he's sitting there with like ace deuce of spades, you know, ace six of hearts. You're already like, oh, I don't want to bet. I don't want $10. Fuck me. Then you know you get to. He has to do a bunch of raising. It's a really tough spot. I think the main reason is that so much of his range has just got zero equity. But I've heard other players say different things about like percentage of times you have flushes and things like that. But I think the main reason is how much is just missed.
Learning here. I'm sure someone knows who's watching this video and just thinks I am an idiot. And you're gonna bet again
on the turn. Yeah, you just want to go a size that something like sevens with a club's going to call ace jack with the ace of clubs. So I like this size. I like his size if he's going to bet that.
Is my hand good enough to put all the chips in with is the question. The answer to that question, I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Depends what the river is.
Raise, what will I do?
Deuce
again,
on the river? I don't think you need to put all the chips in. I just think you put some of the chips in.
I have no idea. I am 100%.
Oh, all right, guys. 1 to check, 2 to bet. And if we're betting, how much we're betting. So we have to be thinking what's our opponent's range and what we're going to do about it. So the opponent, the relevant hands are going to be some ace highs, like ace jack with ace of clubs. It's going to be some 8x, some king x. King x not really relevant because it just goes in anyway. Some underpairs, so like 4s with a club, 6s with a club. That's kind of it. 9s with a club. Maybe 9s without a club, actually, to be fair. So 9s and 10s. And maybe sometimes jacks with no club and with club. The question is, if we check, does he bet an 8? If we check, does he bet an 8? Because if he doesn't bet an 8, then checking is pretty disastrous. If he does bet an 8, however, the problem is when we go this size on the turn, we've kind of polarized ourselves somewhat to like some flushes, bluffs, and king x. Maybe some like queens, no club. We go that big.
What I do again? I have no idea.
Let's imagine you're us there, and you've called us. You've called with fucking like 9-8, no club, which he actually also might fold on the turn. You're now up against a range that's like some flushes, some give ups, and some king x. So I don't know if it makes too much sense to bet an 8 here. I think given the fact that I just realized that a bunch of his 8x might end up folding turn with that size, they're not going to have clubs in them most of the time, all the time. I think I prefer check. You know, he could bet an 8. We are losing value against 9s, 10s, and sometimes has jacks. But we're also getting value out of like 6s with a club because he does shove those very often, or at least, yeah, bets like big. The one thing I will say is like don't shove. You don't want to be shoving here just because he's just not going to call. It's just so hard to be bluffing as a shove. So like, it's really a distinct choice between betting something like a third, maybe a half, and then checking. Yeah, I could see third being best, and I could see check being best. So
100%.
I'm open.
No
I'm open to both.
What to do. Now I have a full house.
Me neither, by the way. I have no idea.
We are going to go all in.
Don't do it. And that's not the play.
Go all in here
that's not the play.
I am not too sure what I would do. What would I do? I have no idea. Do they have a lot of kings? They do.
Yeah, they got way too many kings. So he's going small. That's good. So if you go all in here, the other person, imagine they're sitting there with fucking like 9s with the club. Suddenly your club blocker is a lot less relevant. First of all, And secondly, like, well, I have all of my king queens, my king jacks, my king tens, my king nine suiteds. Why would I bother calling this? So you're really only trying to get value out of like literally pocket fives and then the odd 8x that didn't fold turn, which most 8x would fold turn, I think. So you definitely don't want to be shoving. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good.
I'm not sure.
That's a great size.
Do we want to value bet worse than a king? I don't think so. Yeah, okay.
Nah. Yeah, it's one of those spots. It's very easy to say like you want to be polarizing because you're going to be betting a polarized range, but just because he has so much king X, I don't think you can get away with doing that.
We just hope they call now. If they slow roll me with quad eights, it would hurt my soul. Oh, man.
That would never cross my mind. I'm too much of a positive thinker to think about quad eights slow rolling.
The runner. And I got
it's one combo, right, and then they probably only slow roll like 2% of the time.
I have no idea. That feels like a tough spot to want to bet large because our opponent has a lot of king X, but at the same time we don't bet worse than a king, and we have too many big blinds for me to really know. I truly don't know.
Yeah, you do, man. Like the kind of You're fine.
That's small on the river.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Like, how could you ever know what they're doing? How can your solid plays ever beat someone open shoving with any two cards? How could they? It's impossible. When you get up to the high stakes.
That's a strong check on the flop.
Any two cards.
It's a strong check.
How could they? It's impossible.
I'm just always betting that. I don't think there's too much argument not to. If you want to check back some 9x, give your 10 9s and jack 9s a little run for its money. Your 9 7s. Ace 9 of spades. You're so happy to call it check raise. So happy.
Oh,
love you too, Binky Winks. What's up, brother?
So predictable. They do exactly what you'd expect.
This to me always feels like somebody's got a 9 and 8 or pocket 7s. When they just go this size. I feel like it's really hard to rep a bluff at this point. Like what doesn't bluff the flop and then suddenly decides to bluff the turn? It's actually pretty fucking hard to think of a hand and then go that size. I honestly can't think of a single hand. Maybe like ace 3 and ace deuce. Yeah, maybe like king queen of spades that decide not to c-bet. Yeah, I'll just go big. Just go big. Get a call from all those 8 7s and shit.
Expect them to do at all times. And that's why you sometimes actually have to move up to where they respect your raises. We have a very strong hand here. I have top pair and the no flush draw. And
hey, what a fucking nice spot this is.
They definitely have some very strong hands here, but my guess is they think I'm probably...
Although raising could be funny. Raising could be funny. Just fucking min raise it, call off a shove. Hope to see fucking 8 7 of spades. Never know.
Probably more capped than I because, you know, check the flop.
Yeah, call's good. Hey! The dream.
I'll be calling if they bet all the chips. If they have 6 7, deuce 3, or a set, then congratulations.
Oh, they don't. I'll give you this one for free. They don't have deuce 3 because we're not playing the tournament. If they have 6 7 or a set, they have all my money too. If they have 2 pair, then I have all their money. If they have bluff, it's mine.
You are going to get all of my money. All of it indeed. I'm actually going to tempt them. If they check, we're going to try and get them to bluff us.
Oh, he's going to BSTI if he checked. This doesn't feel good, honestly. This doesn't feel good at all. I'm not folding ever in a million years just because you can't just fucking 9-8. But it doesn't feel good. It feels very nutted. Like it just feels like a lot of these 500 zoom regs. They think they're balanced, but when they go this size on the turn, it's very in these kind of spots where our hand looks like fucking 8-7, 9-7, those kind of hands. Yeah, it really feels value heavy, but equally not folding.
They definitely have some very strong hands here, but my guess is they think I'm probably more capped than I am because, you know, check the flop.
Do you think 5-4 suited doesn't shove river? If he check raises turn, I imagine he shoves the river with 5-4 suited. It wouldn't make any sense to do anything else, I don't think. 5-4 is just the best hand always, pretty much. So.
Well,
because we're not going to have ace-9. We can have aces, but like whatever. And then, yeah, we just have a bunch of 1-pair hands that have to make up their mind.
I will be calling if they bet all the chips. If they have 6 7, deuce 3, or a set, then congratulations. You are going to get all of my money. All of it indeed. I'm actually going to tempt them. If they check, we're going to try and get them to bluff us. We're going to go a little half pot. We have to call. Hopefully they don't have one of the really strong hands.
Fuck.
That's quite unlucky, isn't it? I had the top 2, and they had the set. After I checked the flop, I even had the nut flush draw to go with it. And then I rivered the top two, and my money went.
I know the feeling, man.
I've been
I know
saying
the
it for a
feeling.
while. Pocket eights are the hottest hand in the game. One does not simply beat the pocket eights. They were licking their lips on that river card, weren't they? They're just like,
No, they weren't, mate. Because we're not meant to have fucking two pair. We can have aces though.